Hi everyone, welcome to another video. In this video, we are going to discuss about the C2 framework, which means command and control frameworks. Here I'm going to review a very famous and open source framework, which is called Havoc C2 framework. I think you guys heard about this. Today we are going to look at how we can download and install the Havoc C2 framework, and then how we can use the Havoc daemon to access Windows 10 or Windows 11 devices and get the remote shell, and what we can do with the post-exploitation commands and all those stuff. First of all, I have to say this is completely for education purpose only. Please do not misuse these things, and I'm reviewing here all the publicly available data, so please keep in your mind that, and we'll get started. First of all, we need to download the Havoc framework and we need to do few setups. For that, you can go to Google and you can simply search Havoc C2 framework like this, and then you will see this GitHub page, and you can click there simply and you can go into the GitHub page. This is open source page. It is developed by C Spider. He's the creator, and there's a Discord channel as well for this one. Feel free to check that one out as well. And if you are considering to support for C Spider, you can go to the Patreon page or GitHub sponsor page. It's up to you guys. This is the framework, and there are some documentations available for that one as well, and I think this is up to date. We have last week update as well. And then when you go down, this is it looks like after we installing this and all this stuff. And if you can see the installation document for instruction. If you run issues, there are some known issue page as well. We can do the troubleshooting by ourselves, and it's saying it's working perfect with these versions, and there are some dependencies. We are going to cover all of these. First, we'll try to install this. First of all, we need to go to the installation page, click there and just land it to installation page, and we need to clone this repository and follow this instruction. I'm gonna make this a little bit bigger and then you can see it better. I am going to take my terminal. Okay, I will make this a little bit bigger, then you can see it better. Yeah, first of all, I'm going to clone this one. I'm going to copy this command and go to my terminal, and I would like to clone this into my OPT folder, and I don't have anything, just Microsoft folder only. I'm gonna create, maybe don't need to create, I will directly do sudo and paste the copied command and enter my password, and it will clone itself. We need to wait just a little bit. Yes, it has been cloned now. You can do ls. You can see Havoc folder is there. Now we need to go inside the Havoc folder, cd Havoc. We are inside that, and here are the files which we can see inside the Havoc server. Then after that, for the Ubuntu or any Debian distributions, if you are using, you have to use these commands. Here I'm using Kali Linux. For that, I'm going to use this one or to fulfill my requirements. I'm going to copy this command like this, Control C, go back to my terminal, go here, paste my clipboard and press enter. And if there's any dependencies, it will install. If there's none, that's fine, you're good to go. And then this is Debian, we don't need to follow these ones. And most importantly, we need to follow these instructions here. Just a little point, in this video I'm going to have my both client and server in the same machine, same virtual machine, which is my Kali Linux. If you do need to install those two in separate machines, then you can do that as well. I am going to build my team server first. I will navigate to the team server folder like this, and then I have to enter these commands. I will copy everything, paste into my terminal. I will clear this one, paste my clipboard and press enter. It's all good, and it's saying this module is not found, which is fine, it should work. And then we need to run make ts build. Copy that command. I will add sudo and I will paste my clipboard here and press enter, and it's starting to build the team server, which will take little time. We need to wait. So this is very easy to install. You can follow all these instructions in the installation page. If you have any question, anything, feel free to comment, then I can try to troubleshoot with you, or I can try to help with that. Now it's been completed. So then next step is we need to start the team server. For that, I'm going to copy this command here and go back to my terminal again, and I'm going to paste my clipboard and press enter. Then it will start the team server. Then we are good to go. So you can see the Havoc logo is there, all this stuff here. Now we need to build the client in order to access the server. This is how this working, this is how it defined. I'm going to take a new tab here, and then we'll go back to the client building part. For that, I'm going to copy this command and go back to my terminal again with the sudo make client build and press enter with your command, and it's starting to build the client. We just have to wait a little bit for that one as well. Alright, now the client also built up. The process has done, as you can see. Now we need to run the client. In order to do that, we need to copy this command, and with the sudo we need to enter that one and press enter. Then you will see the little client over here. I will minimize these ones, then you can see it clearly. So this is the client connector. So we are running our server behind the team server. As you can remember, we built that first and then we build our client. Now using our client, we are trying to access our server. For that, we need to create a new profile. You can simply click on here, click new profile, and then it will get the name, dead star, local IP address, username is firespider, and password is password 1234, all simple, and then connect, and then you will get this one. So this is the command and control server of the Havoc. So you can see event viewer and the menu here, just like a normal application, and team server and all those stuff. And now we are going to build a payload or the daemon, and then we are going to upload that daemon into a Windows machine or my Windows 10 VM, and then we are trying to access that Windows 10 with this command and control server or this console. So this is very easy. First we need to create a listener. Like if you're using the Metasploit framework, if you're trying to make a reverse shell metapreter, first you are creating the payload, and then you create a listener, and then you upload the payload to your victim machine, and then when the victim exploit that one, and then you will get the reverse shell. It's kind of same concept, and we are going to first create the listener. Just go to the view and you can see the listeners here. There's no listeners at the moment. I'm going to click add in here, and then I can name the listener. I will say maybe netcat. You can use any name, anything, and there are some payload types like HTTP, HTTPS, SMB external. I'm going to leave HTTP at the moment because this is for demonstration. I don't want to like go with the complex stuff. And then for the host, click add. Then it will pick up your latest or VM IP address. Then you can simply communicate with that one. And then host rotation, host bind, everything is here. You can change if you want, because definitely you want to change these parameters and play with this. That's how you can do the obfuscation with any anti-malware software. But this is for our education purpose, for our knowledge, so we don't need those ones. And I'm going to leave everything as it is, and then I'm going to save this. I do have two network adapters in here. I'm going to change it later. Now we have created the listener, and it's listening from this IP and this port 192.168.100.204, and the port number is 443. Now the listener is listening to any incoming connection. Now we need to create the daemon or the payload. For that, you need to go to the attack and then click on the payload, and then you will see the agent, how this is called in the Havoc framework. So this is the payload, call it daemon, and this is the listener which I have set here. If you put another name, it will pick up here. Let's say if you put ABC listener here, it will pick up here. And what is the architecture? 64-bit, 32-bit, you can change it. And what format you need, DLL, shellcode, shell service execution. You can try anything, but this is for demonstration. This is for our sake of education. I'm going to use simple exe file, and then there are sleeping techniques, a lot of things to do the obfuscation things and everything. You can change anything you want. I'm not going to change anything. And then if you go a little bit down, you can see how you can name this exe, like notepad, calc, calculator, like evil.exe, anything. Here I'm going to name it as calc, and then I'm going to generate my payload. Now it's generating, and once it's generated the payload, it's giving us to option to save this payload in somewhere in your C2 server. Then we are going to upload that manually to our victim, and then we are going to exploit that and get the reversal or get the communication into our C2 server. Okay, there's the place. And home Kali, maybe in downloads, there's one already. I will name this as calc.exe and save it. It's okay. And now we have created our payload. It's in our download folder. If you go there and we go to download folder, this is there. Now what I'm going to do is I will go to my Windows 10 VM and then copy this one into my 10 VM and try to exploit and get the command. I want to change my VM adapter because it's the wrong IP. I'm gonna do here net 8, click OK. Should be fine now. CMD, check the IP first. IP config, it's 100.207. in Kali we use 204, which is fine. Both are in same range. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to cd home Kali and my download folder, and I do have this calc.exe. I'm going to do this manually, but if you guys creative, you can use some method to send the payload to the victim and exploit by victim, him or herself. So it's up to you guys. This is for just for demonstration, just for education. I'm going to do my Python server running. Now I'm going to host my Python server, Python 3-m HTTP server. I'm going to use port 8080, and the server is up now. I'm going to my Windows 10. We are with the same IP range. I will go to my edge and trying to access 192.168.100.203 with the port 8080. If I'm not mistaken, the IP address of the Kali should be 100.204, so it should be 204. Yeah, now we do have the calc.exe, and it's saying it's kind of malicious, but I'm going to keep it anyway. Oh, it's detected by defender, so sometimes it's detecting. So what you can do is just go to your real-time protection and just disable these ones. This is for demonstration purpose, so which is fine. I'm gonna download it again, keep the file, keep it anyway. Now we do have that file. Okay, I am going to take my Kali machines separately. I have my Windows 10 VM over here, Windows 10 machine with the Havoc daemon or Havoc payload. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to exploit my Havoc daemon from here, and then it will call back to my Kali Linux. So simply double click this one, add it plus and run anyway, and you can see it just got the call instantly. We can see the viewer as graph view. Then you can see this one very clearly. This is my victim machine, and we have a callback, and then we can right click on here and we can do the interaction with this machine. You can type help here, and then you will see all the commands. You can do anything you want. You can check the privilege, you can take the screenshot, you can execute shell code, you can do anything. Let's say, for an example, we have our Windows 10 machine, which is our IP address is 207, right? We can execute the same command in here. We can do shell ipconfig, and then it might take little time, and then it will give you the output. See, only thing is you need to type the shell keyword, and then you can enter the Windows command in here. Like that, you can do anything. Let's say we want to take a screenshot, simply click screenshot, and it will take the screenshot. Once it take the screenshot, you can go to the view loot, and in the loot folder, say, you can see the screenshot as well, and this is going to save somewhere in the your installation location of the Havoc. Likewise, you can do anything you want in here, and even you can use this into the privilege escalation, and you can use PowerShell here. You can use anything in here. So this is what Havoc C2 framework looks like. I hope you guys learned something from this video, but this is only for education purpose. You can try this within your own lab environment, and you can do the experiment like I did. This is really good way to practice your penetration or ethical hacking skills. You can develop this in further, and you can use this as a very creative way. If you have any questions, anything in related to this one, feel free to leave a comment in the comment section. I'm more than happy to help. I hope you guys learned something from this video. We'll catch up with a next video. Stay tuned. Thank you.